She didn't look like she belonged there. To most, she was just another tired traveler in a faded hoodie, a stranger who'd somehow wandered into first class. The laughter came first, soft, sharp, and cruel. Across the aisle, polished shoes and tailored suits turned her existence into a joke. Anna Miller pulled her hood lower, curling into seat 12C, pretending to sleep. To them, she was nothing but a pale shadow, invisible. But hours later, when the captain's voice cracked through the intercom, "Is there a pilot on board?" the woman they had mocked slowly opened her eyes. And with one sentence, she silenced an entire cabin. "I flew F-18s, take me to the cockpit." It was an international red-eye slicing through the night sky 36,000 feet above the Atlantic, bound for New York from London. Businessmen typed away on laptops, women in silk scarves scrolled through their phones, and a senator at the back sipped bourbon like it was part of his job description. Anna sat by the window, quiet, small, and unassuming. Her jeans were worn, her sneakers scuffed, her hoodie frayed at the cuffs. No makeup, no jewelry, just tired eyes and a quiet kind of calm. A pair of cheap gas station earbuds hung loosely from her neck. To the others, she was out of place. Their glances cut like blades, judgment dressed in expensive fabric. A little girl in 12B, Lily, colored pictures of ponies while her mother, Ellen, pearls around her neck, composure carved from money, kept one cautious eye on Anna. When Lily's cup tipped, splashing Anna's sleeve, Ellen gasped. "Oh honey, be careful," she said quickly, dabbing the spill before offering a forced smile. Her apology was polite, but her eyes told another story. Across the aisle, Richard Holt, a businessman in a pinstripe suit, leaned toward his colleague. "She looks more homeless than first class," he muttered. His friend smirked, "Probably used miles, no way she paid for that seat." Anna didn't react. She simply pulled her sleeve closer, her fingers brushing the worn fabric, and turned toward the window. Her hand rested on the strap of her backpack, a subtle grip, steady but tense. The flight attendant, Josh, passed by, flashing his practiced smile. His gaze lingered on Anna just long enough to say what he wouldn't: "You don't belong here." Ellen whispered to her daughter, "She's fine, sweetie, just resting." But Lily's innocent question hung in the air. "Mommy, why is her jacket so old?" The whispers spread like wildfire. "Charity case. Wrong section. Someone tell her she's in business class." Every voice added another layer of disdain. Anna stayed still, her reflection flickering in the dark window, her expression unreadable. A small patch on her backpack, wings crossed with a sword, caught the cabin light for a moment. No one noticed. No one cared what it meant. The lights dimmed, the hum of engines mixed with clinking glasses. The world above the clouds felt calm, for now. The plane jolted suddenly. Overhead bins rattled, drinks spilled, passengers gasped. Then silence again, uneasy and thin. Anna's hand twitched. Her fingers began tapping lightly against the armrest, steady, rhythmic, like a pilot running through a pre-flight checklist. More laughter drifted from across the aisle. "She probably snuck up here," said a man in a linen suit. "Look at that backpack," Richard chuckled. "I've seen better at thrift stores." Laughter followed, sharp, careless, cruel. Anna's hand froze. She reached for her backpack, pulling it closer. A small metal jet keychain caught the light, a pilot's keepsake, unnoticed by anyone. The laughter faded into idle chatter. They had no idea. Then the intercom crackled, sharp, urgent. "Attention passengers, we require immediate assistance. Is there a pilot on board?" The words hit like a thunderclap. A heartbeat of silence, then chaos. People twisted in their seats, voices overlapping in panic. "No way," Richard muttered. "What does that mean?" Claire Donovan, a socialite in a red blazer, dropped her phone. "This isn't happening." Ellen pulled Lily close, whispering shaky reassurances she didn't believe. Josh ran down the aisle, his composure gone. "Is there a doctor, a pilot, anyone?" No one moved. No one stood. And then in 12C, movement. Slow, deliberate. Anna lifted her head, lowered her hood, and stood. Her movements were calm, almost serene. She unzipped her backpack, tucking a small folded paper into her pocket, then stepped into the aisle. Richard scoffed, "Don't tell me she thinks she can help." Laughter again, nervous this time. Mark Ellison, the tech CEO, sneered, "Sit down, sweetheart, this isn't a game." Anna didn't answer. She simply said, I flew F-18s, take me to the cockpit. The words cut through the air like a blade. The laughter died instantly. Every face turned toward her, disbelief frozen in place. From the back, a retired Marine stood. That's a Navy jet, he said softly, awe in his voice. Only naval aviators fly those. Josh stared then nodded. This way. The crowd parted. Some out of fear. Some out of shame. The captain was slumped in his seat, unconscious. The young co-pilot Ryan gripped the controls, sweat glistening on his forehead. When he saw Anna, his eyes narrowed. You're a civilian. Outside, panic buzzed from behind the door. She'll kill us all, someone shouted. Anna said nothing. She slid into the captain's seat. Her hands moved over the controls with silent precision. Ryan hesitated. You sure you know what you're doing? She didn't look up. Her fingers danced across the instruments. Let's find out, she murmured. The engines roared, the horizon steadied. And for the first time since the call, the plane stopped shaking. The radio hissed to life. Anna's voice was calm, controlled. This is Night Viper 12 requesting clearance. The air traffic controller's voice came back, trembling. Night Viper 12 impossible, you were declared KIA 5 years ago. Ryan's head snapped toward her, the words hit him like a punch. Outside, silence fell over the passengers. She's a ghost, someone whispered. Anna didn't flinch, she kept flying. Her hands steady, her breathing even. A violent storm appeared on the radar, a jagged wall of red. The turbulence hit hard, the plane dropped, screams filled the cabin. She's going to kill us, a woman cried. Anna's voice stayed calm. Hold on. Her hands moved fast, throttle, rudder, pitch, each motion practiced, deliberate. She found a thin gap in the storm, a needle's path through chaos, and took it. The plane shook like a dying bird, then steadied. Ryan stared at her, disbelief fading into awe. You've done this before, he whispered. Anna didn't answer. Outside, the clouds split open. Sunlight poured in. Applause erupted. Tears, cheers, relief flooding the cabin. Lily stood on her seat clapping, she saved us, Mommy. Anna didn't react. She guided the plane down, smooth and steady. When the wheels kissed the tarmac, silence returned, the kind that only comes after surviving something impossible. Josh opened the cockpit door, eyes wide, hands shaking. Anna stood, slung her backpack over one shoulder and stepped into the aisle. Passengers stared silent, ashamed. The same ones who mocked her now couldn't meet her gaze. Lily waved her, drawing a plane flying through clouds, sunlight all around. Anna's lips curved slightly, barely a smile, then she kept walking. Reporters swarmed the gate, cameras flashed. Passengers spilled out, still shaken, still processing what had happened. Richard Holt looked at the floor, guilt burning behind his eyes. Claire Donovan avoided the cameras, her face pale. Susan Grayson muttered to her assistant, God forbid she talks. A Marine veteran named Tom stood near the door, hand raised in salute. Anna paused, returning it silently. Moments later, black SUVs pulled up. A man in uniform stepped out, Colonel Daniels. He stopped in front of her, eyes softening. Welcome back, Night Viper 12, we thought you were gone. Gasps rippled through the crowd. Phones dropped. Tears fell. Anna returned his salute, crisp, perfect, then turned to leave. The cameras flashed, voices shouting questions, but she didn't stop. To the world, she was a ghost reborn. To the passengers, she was a reckoning. Richard lost his job. Claire lost her sponsorships. Susan's firm cut ties. Every cruel word they'd spoken was replayed online for millions to hear. But Anna didn't care for fame or revenge. She just walked, hoodie up, sneakers scuffed the same as when she boarded. Her hand brushed the tiny jet keychain on her bag, a token from a life she'd once buried. Outside, the sun broke through the clouds, glinting across the runway like a salute from the sky. For the first time in years, she smiled. And somewhere deep inside the silence of her heart, Night Viper 12 finally came home.